Welcome back to The Exchange, where we're watching as the former president has arrived at a Miami courthouse for his arraignment. Eamon Javers standing by in Washington. Eamon?
Kelly, what we've just witnessed here is the former president of the United States arriving for his arraignment at federal court in Miami. One interesting item that we're learning as the president's motorcade was making its way to the courthouse here is that in the vehicles with him, we are told, was Walt Nauta. That, remember, that is the former president's co-defendant in this case. He's the former president's valet, a former Navy valet in the White House, who then traveled to Mar-a-Lago in the private sector and worked for the former president at Mar-a-Lago. Walt Nauta himself is charged with crimes here in this case, is a co-defendant in this case, and allegedly was the person who moved the boxes of classified documents around at allegedly the former president's direction to evade detection by lawyers and others who were trying to figure out exactly what was in the former president's possession. That's interesting and significant because presumably prosecutors would like to break Walt Nauta's allegiance to Donald Trump and flip him as somebody who could be a witness against the former president of the United States. He's a very, very junior figure here, given a point of prestige, you would say, in being able to ride in the motorcade with the former president, maybe a signal from the former president to prosecutors that Nauta's still on his side. That's something that might work to the former president's advantage, is if he can keep that relationship strong and keep Nauta from flipping on him and providing evidence to prosecutors of exactly what the former president told him to do with those classified documents.
For those documents, it's unprecedented. The prosecutor in the case, I will call it our case, is a thug. I've named him Deranged Jack Smith. I wonder what his name used to be, Jack Smith. It sounds so innocent, doesn't it? Jack Smith. What's his name? Jack Smith. He's a very nice man. He's a behind-the-scenes guy, but his record is absolutely atrocious. He does political hit jobs. He's been known to viciously arrest a certain governor. You know the governor, Bob McDonnell of Virginia, and absolutely ruined his life and the life of his family. All these wonderful family members, I knew them. Only to have the case overturned 8-0 by the Supreme Court. He destroyed that man and he destroyed that family. And by the way, I will tell you, I'm here and I love you all, and we can take it. But what these thugs have done to my family is a disgrace. I will tell you that. I say it to all of the fake news because there's a lot of it back there. What they did to my family and that young man right there, he's answered more subpoenas than any human being in the history of the world. And you know what? They have nothing after all of those subpoenas. Literally thousands of them. Congress, fake counsels, Mueller report, all of this. All he did is answer subpoenas all the time. At least he's become very experienced at that. Congratulations. But Eric is fantastic, and what he and Don, Ivanka, and the whole group, that's what they've gone through, and these are serious people. These are serious people, but what he's done to my family, what they have done to my family is horrible. He also tried to railroad John Edwards on a completely bogus legal theory that didn't hold up in court. It's no wonder this raging lunatic was shipped off to The Hague to prosecute war criminals using globalist tribunals, not beholden to the Constitution or the rule of law. Two things Jack Smith clearly disdains. You take a look at this guy, he looks like a thug. But then I watched him make a speech the other day and he was trembling because it wasn't his territory. He feels much safer in the inner sanctums of the Department of Injustice, where he can be in his room and scream at people. He's a raging and uncontrolled Trump hater, as is his wife, who also happened to be the producer of that Michelle Obama puff piece. Total puff piece. This is the guy I've got. Don't forget, this persecution is being done by the same weaponized agencies that for 7 years have been running illegal psychological warfare campaigns against the American people, much as if they were trying to destabilize a foreign country. From the Russia hoax to the no collusion Mueller witch hunt to impeachment hoax number 1, impeachment hoax number 2. The 51 lying intelligence offers, how about them? They said it's Russia disinformation, and they knew it wasn't, which made about, according to some of the great pollsters that are right here, made from anywhere from a 10 to 17-point difference. And yet we still got more votes than any sitting president in history in this second.
Welcome to the Crypto Teacher. And you know I come back with that video just to make you think.
Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel.
And guys, over the past few days, we've had distraction after distraction. And we know why. Jerome is in the house. You had Ripple XRP Hinman emails coming out. Then we have Trump arraignment. Biden finally being busted. And is Kamala going to be taking his place? And then we have the real news behind the curtain. Guys, we know Fed now is right around the corner. Janet Yellen and Jerome Powell almost have to put $1 trillion back into these funds. We see the new digital economy being built on a daily basis. And guys, we know the NWO are the master magicians. And they're definitely pulling off the tricks right now. And we know they're going to step it up towards the end of the year. Because we hear those drums are beating. And we see China using Hong Kong to build this digital transformation. Now we had Michael Saylor again promoting Bitcoin. And guys, if you go back to my videos on Michael Saylor when he became a spokesperson for Bitcoin, we can trace all that money back to Morgan Stanley. And guys, you know I call out the puppets in the space. And Bitcoin, cryptos, and AI are going to have that big pullback going towards the end of the year and at the beginning of next year. But we know the plan. We know they're going to start flipping that switch in the emerging markets next year. And the United States is going to follow in 2025. Falling behind on purpose because they have to destroy America to Babylon along with the United States world reserve currency. So the fourth industrial revolution can rise. And the emerging markets led by China along with that digital yuan backed by that digital SDR. And remember, the Crypto Teacher told you because he knows. When it comes to the New World Order, it's all planned out. You have a wonderful day.
Alert, Senator Chuck Grassley of Iowa has just revealed something that Joe Biden, the FBI, and the Justice Department have been trying to hide for years. This allegation, if true, should lead either to the impeachment or immediate resignation of Joe Biden. Primetime was shocked when we found this out just a few hours ago, but it would back up everything that the media has been lying to you about, and if uncovered, would sink Joe Biden's presidency and candidacy immediately. We believe that Joe Biden has been blackmailed by this for years, which would explain why he acts the way he does. Ukraine has tapes of Joe Biden. Ukraine has tapes of Hunter Biden. The highly credible FBI informant says that the Burisma executive, who allegedly bribed Joe Biden $5 million to fire the prosecutor, has audio recordings of Joe and of Hunter. These audio recordings were kept as an insurance policy in case the Burisma executive got cornered. Here was Senator Grassley on the Senate floor moments ago revealing for the first time that Joe and Hunter Biden may have been captured on recordings with the Burisma executive in Ukraine. You ready? 17 different times. Grassley also reveals that Joe Biden may have gotten Hunter Biden hired at Burisma. And if you thought couldn't get any more corrupt, it does. The FBI, when it finally released this document with these allegations to House Oversight, redacted out the part about the audio recording.
You there. I think there's been a lot of confusion because of the 25,000 other cryptos and because of all of the crypto securities that have been angling to position themselves as the next Bitcoin or a better Bitcoin. So now I think that the public is beginning to realize that Bitcoin is the next Bitcoin. The next logical step is for Bitcoin to 10x from here and then 10x again. So
going to a different economy. And we're going to be learning more about that as we go. But clearly, we're learning that things can be done from remote locations. We're learning that technology can replace people even more than we thought.
we're not going back to the same economy. We're recovering, but to a different economy, and it'll be one that is more leveraged to technology. And I worry that that is going to make it even more difficult than it was for many workers.
In Silicon Valley, and my friends who work in technology know that what we did to the manufacturing workers, we are now going to do to the retail workers, the call center workers, the fast food workers, the truck drivers, and then even bookkeepers, accountants, insurance agents, lawyers, and on through the economy. So what happened to the manufacturing workers is a very clear sign.
And so we'll import Chinese-based CBDC technology. So it's going to be CBDC in a box provided to you by the People's Bank of China.
Cryptoteacher and the New World Order book, plus the 3 kids books. It's time to re-educate. Also, new to cryptos, Coinbase, Bitrue, Binance. Do not forget book links and crypto links are in the description. The stock channel, guys. Don't forget to go like, subscribe, spread everywhere. You have your Kobo, your chip stocks, your banking, your gaming. While everybody's sitting at home, get on stocks, the Seaver, the biotech stocks. And while everybody's at home wishing they were still getting that free money, what are they doing? Drinking and smoking weed. Don't forget about those stocks, and you have a wonderful day. The most powerful person in the world is the storyteller. The storyteller sets the vision, values, and agenda of an entire generation to come. Steve Jobs. And guys, you know I truly believe in this. When you look at the New World Order, they're the storytellers. And that's the reason why I wrote my New World Order book. But guys, now it's time to change the current generation. And I wrote 3 kids books. You know I love the Trinity because I understand the power that's in it. So I have 3 books. We have an opportunity to change the generation, to educate. Not just me, but I want to show you that I take action on a daily basis. And I want you to take action on a daily basis. Whether it's your job, whether it's in your community, we have an opportunity right now to educate the masses. I posted this on my Twitter account. Please share, but this is a short clip of the 3 books. There's going to be a clothing line and action figures. Please get these books for your kids, nephews, cousins, friends, so therefore we can start the re-education now. Because as we see, the 4th Industrial Revolution foundation is definitely here. Robots, algorithms, drones, taking humanity out the picture. We have to re-educate. But let's get into the video.
Part 1. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save the village. Part 2. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save New York. Long COVID Stories 3. Part 3. King Joshua and Grandma Tam goes to China.
It's mandatory to get part 1, part 2, and part 3 of this series. It's time to re-educate Generation Z.